Hello everyone and welcome to episode 52 of Form Guru series by MakeForms. I am Pratik, founder of MakeForms, and today we are going to take a look at how you can collect payments within your forms. So we have kind of split this tutorial into two parts. So today we are going to take a look at how to set up your payment gateway. Tomorrow what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a form for like just a hypothetical situation where a web designing company might just want to create an order form where the users can just select the services required. The entire system calculates the final amount, and finally that amount is sent to the payment gateway. And once that payment succeeds, the data is captured. So the first thing that we'll do today is we'll see how to set up the payment gateway. So for this, we are going to set up the Stripe payment gateway. So the first thing to do is that go to your settings page. Over here, you will find a tab called integrations. And in the integrations, you will find something called as payments. When you see payments, you can see that currently we support Stripe, Molly, Square, and Razorpay. So, what you can do is that you can set up multiple connections for every payment gateway. So, let's say, suppose today for Stripe payment gateway, you have, let's say, four accounts that you want to connect with MakeForms, and then when you select the form, like set up the payments on your form, you will select the Stripe connection or the Molly connection. So the best thing about MakeForms is that you can literally set up as many payment gateway connections as you want to, and then when you're creating the form, you can select that particular connection. So if even if you are creating order forms for your clients, then it's very easy. Within one workspace you can actually create multiple connections and use them. So for now, what I'm going to do is I am going to set up my Stripe connection. So I will select the provider as Stripe, and I will name the you can name this connections. I would write testing out the Stripe payment gateway. Okay. For now, I have the production keys with me. And over here, what you can do is you can select your default currency. So if you select this, whenever you set up your payment gateway inside the form, this currency will be selected by default. Of course, you can override the same when once you are inside the forms, but it is recommended to select the default currency. I am going to go in and publish the keys. So these are the two keys. I'm definitely going to delete them after this video. So I will click on save, and now we can see that the connection is created successfully. So it's that simple to create a connection to your payment gateway. So anytime you and this is pretty simple, like if you select Molly, then for the Molly you just need the API key. For Square, you need the location ID and the access token, and for Razorpay, you will require the key ID and the key secret. So these are the things that you, if you know it yourself, you can get it, or you can ask the payment gateway provider, or if you have a vendor who is handling payments for you, then you can ask him these details and he will definitely give you those. So now the first step of setting up payment connection is done. So now what I will do is I will go into the forms and I will create my first form. What I'll do is I'll do a very simple form today. We'll just have the event and the number of people attending the event. We'll just multiply them and we will send it for the payment. So now let's do this event ticketing form. So I will suggest name, email, phone number, and then let's add a number field that says number of people attending the event, $10 per person. Okay, so this is done. Now what we will do is that anytime, like say if they add five people, we will multiply 5 into 10 and come up with a number. So now I'll add a calculated field. I will write here ticket cost, and then I will just do number of people attending the event into $10. And what I will do is I'll go ahead and I will mark this field as hidden field because we really don't want our users to know where we are getting this value from. I will add a paragraph text and I will write total for, and then what I will do is I will use the recalls. I will add this field people is equals to dollar, and then I will add the ticket cost. And what I will do is I will also have this right aligned. So for now, let's go to the design tab and see what it looks like. So I will add 10 people, and it says that total for 10 people is $100. So till here we are all good. So now the next thing that we have to do is send this $100 value to our Stripe payment gateway so we can initiate the payment. So I will go into the form settings, and over here you can see there is an option that says enable payments. So I will enable them, and as soon as I do that, you can see that there is a payments tab at the top. So I will click this. As soon as I do that, there is a payment configuration screen coming up. The first thing that it asks us is for the Stripe connection, sorry, the payment connection. So for now we only have the Stripe payment gateway connected, so that connection is coming up. If you have multiple payment gateways connected, you will see multiple options here. So I will select this. You can see since we had the US dollars selected by default, the USD is carry forwarded here. But let's say if I am in India, I want to collect this in Indian rupee, I can select INR. This is completely up to you. You can enter the currencies that Stripe support, and you're good to go. Now, if you see in the amount tab, there are two things. Okay, number one is a flat fee. We'll take a look at this later. But the second one is dynamic price inserted into a field. What does this mean? So here, you can see that we have number fields. So there are two number fields. Number one is the number of people attending the event, and the second one is the ticket cost. So ticket cost is the calculated field which we have kept as hidden. So there are two ways to do it. Number one, you select the price from a field, and this field is supposed to be a number field. So here you will get the list of all the number fields. So even calculated field itself is a number field. Okay. So I will select the ticket cost, and then here we will write payment description as event ticket. Okay, and now I'll go ahead and the configuration is done. You don't have to save that. It is auto saved by default. So I will close this. Now in the thank you page, you can see that we already have an option that says your payment was successful. So there are two things. Number one, you cannot change this particular image. So if you want to change the success message, you can change it. Your tickets for the event are confirmed. And then if there is a failure, then you can say, unfortunately, your payment did not go through. Please contact us. Okay. So this is how we have set up the entire payment gateway first. Then we've calculated the amount, and we have also set up our thank you and failure messages. Now we'll go ahead and we will publish this form. So this form is now published. So I will view it. And now I'll just enter the details. I'll say 20 people attending. So it says total for 20 people. I will click on submit. So now what it will do is that it will take me to the Stripe page. And now here we have a this event ticket description which we had over there, and we have the total. Now since this is the live mode, I'm not going to key in my card details and do the payment. So I'm going to go back, and since it's the payment has not happened, it will say unfortunately your payment did not go through, please contact us. But if you successfully complete your transaction, you will see the success message. So this is how you can actually create payments within the forms. So the first thing that we did today was connect the payment gateway. Then inside the form, we did the calculations. And finally, once the calculations happened, what we did next was we sent the value of the calculated field to our Stripe payment gateway. Now, let's say today you want to create a form which says payment collection form. Okay, and now you want to send this form out to your maybe a client who wants to give you a payment. So what you will do is that we'll add a name field, address, email, phone number, and let's say all this client has to do is just give you payment. Maybe let's say I have to take $500 from my client, so I will just send the client to this particular form and just tell him that, hey, fill in the details, and also in the number field just enter the amount that you want to pay. So amount to pay, the user will just enter the amount, and I'll just write it in US dollars. And what we will do is any amount that this user enters, we'll just take it and send it to our Stripe payment gateway. So in the form settings, I will again enable the payments. In the payments, I will select my connection, and I will just say a dynamic price inserted into a field, and I will just have this amount to pay in US dollars, and just say web design payment, for example. Okay, so this is one way to do it. I will just publish it. I will now go here and I will just fill up all the details. I will enter the amount that I want. So let's say I want to do $4,000. I will submit this. Okay, sorry. Submit this, and now those 4,000 US dollars will be taken and sent as a value to our Stripe payment gateway. Now, one final thing. So we saw two scenarios. One where we did the calculation. The second scenario where we said the user to enter their amount that they wish to. And now the third one is wherein we decide that whatever this fee is. Okay, so I will just write, let's say, um, webinar single entry. Okay, so all the person can do is just enter his details and check out. That's it. So I will just write name, email, phone number. To add a little bit of twist, what we will do is that we will ask our users to first verify their email address and then proceed to checkout. And now what we will do is that we'll just add a paragraph text at the top, and we'll say webinar registration. This is a MakeForms webinar, and you will be charged $10 to attend this webinar. You will be redirected to a secure payment gateway to pay this fee. And I'll just go in and I will change the font size to 12 points. Let's take a look at what this form looks like. So this is what it looks like. Looks good to me. And here what we'll say is um, pay and register. Okay, now I'll go ahead. I will, in the form settings, turn on the payments. In the payments tab, I will select the gateway, and I will add a flat fee this time, because we know that this is supposed to be charged $10. And I just write MakeForms webinar fee, and I'll go ahead and I will publish this form. So in this scenario, the user is not even entering his value, neither are we calculating anything. All the user has to do is give his details. Okay, and just click on pay and register. As soon as that happens, the first thing that will happen is that we will be asked for an OTP verification, because we want to ensure that the person who is filling up this form verifies their email address. So I would just enter the OTP, And now I will be taken to the webinar registration page. Sorry, not the web, but the payment page. So, like here it is, the Make Forms webinar fee, which is $10. So this is how, guys, you can actually create this kind of forms where you can take in the payments from your users. So this was like a very basic thing. In tomorrow's episode, we are going to create a quote builder wherein for a web design agency, because that is being requested by many users of ours. So in that case, what we will do is that we will have all the bits and pieces. It will be a little much as long as it is today, about 15 to 20 minutes, but we will see how can you actually create the entire form and literally uh, have your order form for your web design agency. So I think that's it for today, guys. As again, I will ask you to please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comments below what kind of issues you face while creating forms, because our goal at Make Forms is to make you masters at form creation. So as much as you help us with what your issues are, we will be able to help you in a better way. So I think that's it for today, guys. Signing off, Pratik here from Make Forms. Thank you.